Okay, guys, welcome in. And I'm your host, Anahata. I wanted to do this ad lib chat to really together as a tribe. Some of you have no experience with me. Others of you are consultants. Some of you have taken a few of my classes. Some of you are just learning about the things that I do. And so I wanted to introduce myself. I am Holly Hollowell, but I go by Anahata because that's the heart chakra. And that's going to be one of the cornerstones that I speak with you about today during our discussion. And we're basically on a quest together during the next about 40 minutes to really come to some good conclusions on how we can best support not only ourselves, but the planet. And I do want to get into a conversation. So, you are encouraged to raise your hand, unmute yourself. Let's talk. I have been doing this work for a while. The SHIT hit the fan. I lost my job and the invention that I created, and I was flat broke and not well and in a dysfunctional relationship and really just struggling 8 years ago. And I decided I don't have the answers, but I know who does. I'm a non-denominational Christian. That just simply means I don't believe in the fear tactics of religion. And that's also a cornerstone to highlight for today's discussion, is that, there's two bandwidths, fear or love. And we know which one is the most expansive, whole, connected, coherent. And if we can return to that source point, which is the Anahata, we'll be golden. So welcome in, everyone. I'm glad you're here. We're going to get going. Super glad you're here. Maine, USA, Vancouver, coffee shop, Canada, Illinois, Germany, Edgewood. I'm in Southwest Florida. And so let's get the conversation rolling. I want to first ask you a question that's broad, and then we can bring it in to you. What do you think in Mexico? Hello, Phil. I'm so glad you're here, and everyone. I can only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across the top, and then you all sort of are in this feed. But just know that I honor you in your place here at this round table, and certainly communicate in the chat as well as raise your hand when you have something to participate with. But I want to first hear from you all as to what do you think some of the biggest challenges are in the world right now? Okay, so go ahead and type them out. And I'll start reading some of these. What are the biggest challenges that you're seeing in the global community, the global landscape? Gaia is Earth, Mother. We are one organism. What are we seeming to be struggling with here in this 3D? I can shout some out if you guys, maybe the chat's lagging. Let me get the ball rolling here. It's like a big one is, yes, inflation. Thank you. This lack vibration, this fear-based, we're in it, we're in for something catastrophic that's about to happen, sort of prepping. And fear, doubt, victimhood. I love it, guys. These are all so good. It's so true. The other thing I see a lot of people in pain around is pain. So that's a major issue right now because, and there's lots of reasons, right? We can point fingers all we want. We can get to the roots of why people are in pain right now, but I'd rather just go for solutions. So let's shout out other things. Too many people may not know they can change their life and improve it. Exactly. Division of humanity. Exactly. Major division of people and family units. Too much hatred, hurting relationships, right? Exactly. Now, I venture to say, and this is my life's work, that there's one word that's at the root of all of the dysfunction in the entire universe. And so let's relate it to us. Are you in pain? If you're in pain, if there's something in your body that doesn't feel good, that you're working through, that you're wanting to go away, raise your hand or type in yes, or just say yes to yourself. If you are experiencing some sort of lack vibration, meaning you aren't able, and I don't mean you're destitute, I just mean there's something you want to do that would require income or finances, money to do it, and yet you can't do it because some reason or another there isn't that flow of income coming in, or something changed. A lot of people's lives changed in 2021 and since then. So yes, yes, and yes, 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 yes. Thank you for being vulnerable. Too much pandering to the offended. Yes. Oh, amen, sister. I don't know who said that, but that is on the pulse. Not enough resources. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And most people have forgotten who and what we truly are as divine soul beings, and they're lost. See, this is why I love my tribe. You guys are all tuned in. You are connected. And there's 5 more messages coming in. Yes, 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 yes. And so I think there is 3 main buckets of existence within the dynamic that we're experiencing this fear. And one is a very oppressive, lack-based, there's not enough to go around, sort of feast, like hold on to what you have because the famine's coming, sort of lack, and instability within the market, right? It used to be we had pensions and we could retire and we could do things. Now there's no sort of corporate loyalty. You could work a job your whole life and then be laid off, and that's it. Oh, well, so sad for you. And people are making less, doing more. So then they're stressed out and they're not able to expand in the ways they want. Just overworked, underpaid. And so this lack vibration, also there's many of you in this circle that are light workers, way showers. You are a practitioner of some sort. Tell me in the chat, yes, or raise your hand like this. Are you an energy medicine practitioner of some sort? Or have you been dabbling in finding solutions for yourself, truth-based solutions that are energetic based? Yes, 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 because that's what we're doing. We're returning to wholeness as we choose what is truth for us. And we end this clutter, this fear-based oppression, this energy of we can't survive, because that's flight, fight, frozen. I always stumble that fight, flight, frozen. And if you think about it, the vast majority of the world is doing that either because they're in pain. What happens when you're in pain? You're not focused on the butterflies flying around or the air or gratitude. You're like, oh my gosh, my neck hurts and I can't get out of bed, or whatever it is. Pain is an interesting thing because it separates you from hope. I have a dear friend who's going through cancer and chose, because of the fear that they evoked and partial reality of the detriment that it could go to the organs, did chemo and radiation as part of her protocol. And she thinks it should be outlawed, but she had to do it, quote unquote. And she said it was absolutely barbaric. It was literally sucking her soul from her. She could feel her energy, her prana, her life force energy leaving. And it was the most depressing thing she's also ever been through. And so shout out to anyone who's ever chosen that route. And it's, it is what it is. It works because it does kill you. It kills things, but unfortunately at the detriment to the whole. And so we have pain. If you're in pain, I'm so sorry. All of us at one time or another have been, emotionally or mentally as well. Pain is pain and we don't want it. And we are creatures of, we want pleasure, we don't want pain. That's what we do. We go towards pleasure, we go away from pain. That's a built-in survival mechanism, right? Survival of the fittest. But in the face of fear, what happens is our energy contracts. We start using our monkey mind, our lizard brains. We don't use our frontal lobes. We aren't expanding beyond our actual blueprint template, what's going on. And we hyper worry about the future and dwell on the unsatisfactory issues from the past. So we're not present, we're not expanding, and we're not, this is the word, I would challenge you to really embrace this, connected. That's what health is, because life begets life. And so the one word I want you to write down to solve any issue you have, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, it's connectivity or lack of connectivity. And that is it. That is it. That's it. And so do you want more of something? Connect to it. Do you want less of something? Disconnect from it. We live in a fractalized world where we are magnetizing the people, places, and things that we encounter through our chronic thoughts and the emotions that are setting up a grid of magnetism. This is proven. It's electromagnetic energy. And this is the premise behind the law of attraction. Where people go wrong with that is they go, well, it doesn't work because I wouldn't have asked for this. But they don't understand that they're asking. When you say no, you're not saying no, you're saying yes. Yes, energy flows where energy goes, and you get what you're vibrating. Connecting beyond your identity to the future self as a memory is essential. I wrote a whole book about it, The Water of Your Body, called Light, Memory, and Alchemist's Guide to Waterbending. I'm working on my 4th book right now with my Rainbow Tribe students. If you're interested in joining the Rainbow Tribe, join therainbowtribe.com. But what I want to say is there's this beautiful book. I'm here to support you all in finding what works for you. So in terms of connectivity, my first tip, and then I want to hear what works for you, because let's have a database going during this chat of how we connect. And one way is through nature for me, because that's the exquisite blueprint template we all have. And if you're into nature and vibration that is whole, that is connected to infinite intelligence, that is pulsing prana, definitely come to my event that is happening November 13th. It's a free event called Spiritual Revolutionaries Grid for Gaia, because we're going to be using earth, air, fire, water, ether, sacred geometry. We're going to be talking about grid structures beyond the self. But because today's discussion is primarily about your pain and your disconnection, I want to offer this beautiful book that's at the center of all self-help. I didn't write it. You could go out and get it today, or you could join the Rainbow Tribe. I'm writing a companion book that takes this to a quantum level, that overlays alchemical tools. And it's called Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. Okay. You can look it up. It's one of the best sellers. And if you look at anyone who's doing anything in the self-development space, which is really essentially a code word for having a fulfilling life, reaching your goals, they talk about the work in here: improving your self-image, learning to use your positive past, setting and achieving goals, being present in the now, developing compassion and self-respect, and forgiveness, all key things, and the power of rational thinking. But here's the thing: we are in these bodies, cybernetics. The definition of cybernetics is all about, really having a regulatory input and output. And I want to read this definition to help really frame the importance of connectivity as it relates to cybernetics. So cybernetics is a field, and it's concerned with purposive systems. And the core concept is circulatory causality of feedback, where the observed outcome of actions are taken as inputs for further actions in ways that either support the maintenance of a condition or disrupt it. So this is where alchemists, we can try on that wisdom, that ancient wisdom that we know that changed the energy, changed the manifestation of the mass, right? What vibes before lies before. It's not some mystery as to why we're experiencing anything. This is why Steve Jobs says you can't connect the dots moving forward, only looking back. So this book I highly recommend in order to connect, because why? We are creatures of habit. And I'm gonna, just challenge you that, if you have a goal here and you're here, that gap is simply due to the fact that it's not in your identity yet. It's not part of your self-image yet. And this book's going to help, as well as my companion book. Join the rainbowtribe.com, guys, if you need weekly support. Mondays we meet much like this, but we talk about different things. And Wednesdays, we do activations in the quantum field. So I want to show you this little guy, my favorite dude. He's a neuron, because you'll find out when we talk about this in the Grid for Gaia, we are the neurons of the planet. We are firing and wiring the new realities. And for too long, the powers that be, they knew that, and they were keeping us dumb and in fear. No more, because now we're rising out of that, and people are ready to hear and to take responsibility for their thoughts and emotions, and then therefore their contribution to the planet. So let's see what people are saying here. Psycho-Cybernetics, yes, by Maxwell Maltz. There are plenty of places to go. There's audiobooks on YouTube. Dive in, check it out. I'm writing Alchemical Cybernetics, and it's going to be a companion guide that takes things quantum, because he's very psychological in the self, and I'm very consciousness and expanding out of your own identity into the wholeness of the all. I received a powerful activation over a year and a half ago, where I took my students in the Rainbow Tribe. We were hovering above these crop circles, and we were all to write down what we saw. And I saw a dot with 6 spokes, and on the spokes, there were 6 more spokes, and on those spokes, there were 6 more dots, right? And it was a fractal. And I heard zoom in to zoom out. And of course, back then I was like, well, what the heck does that mean? And I had my own theories, but now it's very, very obvious. It means in order to connect with global consciousness and limitlessness, which is truth, you simply need to zoom into yourself and zoom out of your identity, your authentic self that is tapped into divine intelligence, that has all the information it needs to remain in homeostasis, whether you're in pain, whether you're in lack, whether you're in wanting to expand and share what you have to offer to the world. It's all here for you. As an alchemist, you just need to learn how to work with the elements to make edits to your subconscious. And this is why water is so key. So yes, can someone write the book and author name? Thank you. Psycho-Cybernetics, Maxwell Maltz. Thank you all. You're amazing. And I'm going to write in here www.jointhereinbowtribe.com if you want to. Now, the story behind the Rainbow Tribe is there's an ancient, I think it's Opi, some ancient nationality, a tribe of people that believe and believed, and I believe it too, see how this resonates, and if it doesn't, just drop it, that in our time of literally it's extinction or expansion time, like we've got to evolve quickly and get our crap together collectively, or it's not looking good. So we've got to wake up to live, and that's what life wants to do, is live and survive. So they say, in the time where we're just trashing the planet and things are dying and systems are collapsing, there is a tribe of people from all nationalities, all circumstances, all everything, that come together united to birth the new world, and they are called the Rainbow Tribe. So whether that's just my group, no, it's not, or your group, no, it's not. It's the neurons. It's the thinking particles of Gaia coming together to solve problems through what? Connectivity. That's what I believe. So let's talk through some of the things that have worked for you. Let's get a list going. And you can unmute yourself at this time if you want to share in any response to what we've said so far. Share your piece of the puzzle, share your advice with connectivity. And of course, I have a few ways that I'm going to discuss as well. So let's start chatting out things that connect you to life force energy, your higher self, more divine information, truth, right? It's all about cutting the clutter of disconnection that is fear-based and isolated and not expansive, and reconnecting. The root of the word healing actually means, if you look it up, a return to the memory of wholeness. That's what healing is. So we are, as a planet, returning to the memory of wholeness. How do we do this? Anyone want to unmute? I will be quiet. I'm so glad too that you're excited to be part of this awakening group. Breath work. Yes. Can't say enough about breath work. It is absolutely beautiful. To entrain with your heart, which is essential, your heart-brain connection. It's called heart-brain coherence. I just did an activation with this last week. I'll just give you the cliff notes. It's breathing 6 times per minute. There's that fractal 6 again, which is the star tetrahedron, which is a sacred symbol, which is the Merkaba, which is the light body, etc. But the 6th breath is breathing in and out 6 times per minute. How do you do that? Well, 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out, and you do it 6 times. That's going to entrain the rhythm of your heart so that your brain actually pulses at that beat, and you can really get all systems firing and wiring together. Great advice. Walking in nature. Yes. Plant your feet in the ground, take off your shoes, hug a tree. You know, imagine yourself as the tree. That's an ancient Buddhist way to reconnect. You can detox anything, let it go down through your feet, and send love to the center of Gaia. Pull that prana back up, activate it in your heart space, and boy, in 2 minutes, you'll totally be on a different bandwidth of connectivity, and you'll be disconnecting from the things that were bothering you. You know, you can't solve the problems using the same energy that you use to create them. So true. And I don't know, they say Einstein said that, but who knows who said it, right? It's smart though, and it's true. And so, you know, we've got to get outside of our vibration of hopelessness, fear, pain, lack in order to make progress. We're eating clean, eating, yes, eating. And that's probably one of the main reasons for the failing health of Americans, at least. Our diets are awful. The food is depleted. There are no nutrients, and preservatives, toxins abound. And it's very hard when you are in that place of deficiency to extend past yourself. Obviously, eating clean is a big one. Breath work, yes. Big go-to. I'm doing it since watching last week. Yay, I don't know where I was doing it. I think it was in my Rainbow Tribe, but we did it together. Top of mind positivity, self-awareness, and reflection. Yeah, so that's the other thing that I love to talk about is emotional scale. You know, because if we say, just be happy, well, if we're here and we have to go here, ain't gonna happen, right? There's some shifting that needs to happen. You can definitely quantum leap, but you need to honor your emotions for what they are. Look at what's triggering you, decide what is true about this that I want to keep and what's not true, and rewire. There are many ways. Rewiring is one of my favorite ways. So my ways to share with you are water bending, assisting frequencies, and terahertz. Those are my 3 go-tos right now, in addition to grounding, eating well, getting enough rest, processing your stress, centering in, prayer. Yes, thankful prayer. Oh, I think that's Larry. Hi. Yes, sir. That is such a good reminder. You know, I am in continual communion with God. I'm always talking to God. And if it triggers you when I say "and goddess," leave it. It's the Holy Spirit energy. It's the feminine, right? That balances out and gives. It's Gaia. It's that. And, you know, a continual communion. Your thoughts become things. Are you grateful? Are you centered? Are you focused on where you're going, not where you've been? Do you have clear goals? These are all things we work through in the Rainbow Tribe. Feeling my feels. I don't know what that means, but it's true. You have to feel your feelings. If that's what you're saying, I agree. And so these are all good ways. Water bending, you know, the highlight, waterbendingrocks.com. Buy the book, get the rocks, do the work. It's amazing. I can't wait. A couple weeks from now, my interview with Brian Scott. He's the owner of Reality Revolution. If you haven't heard of that yet, on YouTube, he interviewed me. So I'm super excited to have that going, to talk more about that book. If you're interested in that, follow me and get that link later for that interview. So water bending is critical for me and my health and well-being. It's so simple. I'm going to give you this massive tip. And it is use the heart photons to bless water. Don't drink unblessed water. because it's erratic. It's not holding hands. It's not creating that structure that you need to center in and connect. And water is a liquid crystalline supercomputer that has access to Akasha. So you can pull through anything, encode anything, drink it, and literally vibrate on the resonance that you seek. It's amazing. So we're coming up to about the half-hour mark. A meditation, fruits and veggies, the ocean. Yes. So I'm going to talk about these devices real quick. There's this. What is this? It's an ion shield. Who's got a wand? Who's got a frequency wand in the house? Say yes or no, or I need one, whatever you want to do. Terahertz. Yay. Water is a supercomputer, and what? It's a liquid crystalline supercomputer, and at the center of every water molecule is a wormhole. This is science. This is not like, oh, it would be nice if that was true. It is, and it's being proven all around the world. They're actually proving that water holds energy and information around the field, and they're going to be using water in technology more and more. But water has a wormhole, and it's connected to the 8th dimension Akasha, which is the all. And you can pull through those wormholes anything. Meaning, if there's an assisting frequency that you are not connecting with and it's causing discomfort, pain, disconnection, some sort of unresolved issue through a pattern of the past, you can pull through the new and override your subconscious. And like that, you don't need to go like into, well, how did that make you feel? And are you ready to let it go? And you just rewire. You just go for a new program. That's all. You just choose the path. And let's see here. Yes, love it. Good. Some have it. I charge my water every day. Great. Amazing. I would love to wand, still need one. Yes. So here's the thing that I want to chat about. And I'm loving all of these answers. I have found water bending, my life's work, to be life-changing for anyone. People say when they bless their water and they drink it, by the way, to bless your water, you hold it, you send it love, you stare at it, and you imagine your heart photons pulsing through the water. This happens automatically, but it's fun to imagine it. But as soon as you intend, it activates. This is proven as well. There's a multiple repeatable studies in Germany, Hassel, Germany specifically, where they measured the light from your heart photons per second. And a heart that's just normal, that's not consciously beating gratitude and love, is not very powerful. It's like 20 photons per second. When you focus with gratitude on your heart and look at the water, you're pulsing 100,000 photons per second at it. Ooh, and then you can taste the difference. You can taste the difference. You're like, oh my God, this is so smooth. It's soft. It's wetter somehow. And that's just where the fun begins with water bending. But let's talk about terahertz real quick. Terahertz is a frequency, okay? And there's more about it at thefrequencywand.com. There's an entire workshop if you want to listen to that, be my guest. But the way I see it is, you're here, you want to be here, and the gap is all of this stuff that you have to become before you achieve this. And so when we have 3D problems, we need 3D solutions. It's all fine and dandy to tell someone, you just need to focus on the positive when they've got a pain in their back that's a 10. Like, really? So there's a connector, and that is terahertz. The terahertz actually is the golden spiral. There's lots of research going on, but it's a wand that you plug in and you blow on your meridians, okay? And it's the testimonials speak for themselves. If you want to be added to the testimonial group, put your name here. And by the way, if you want to buy a wand, don't buy one through me if you heard it through someone else. If you're listening to this presentation and you're like, oh yeah, Susie told me about that months ago, go to Susie and say, hey, I'd like to buy the wand, okay? So again, who do you buy the wand through? Whoever you heard from it first. If it's me, cool, buy one from me. And so, yes, to the testimonial group, I'm going to put the testimonial group, actually you have to PM me. So go to my Facebook, my actual profile, private message me, not here because I don't know who you are, and then I'll add you to the group. And you can look, there's 25,000, I believe, so far, people in there all talking about how amazing the results are. Now, it's a connector. It gets you out of pain into hope, because that's the bandwidth, guys. If you look at the Esther Hicks vibrational scale of emotion, contentment and higher is an expansive, growing, upward, feel-good place. And if you're not content and lower, it's a downward spiral, grief, despair, hopelessness, pain, all of these things that are happening in that dense, isolated, unconnected state. And so the goal is contentment and higher, which is why surrender is so good, because you're saying, hey, look, I accept whatever's going on. Now what can I do about it? I surrender. You are okay with what's going on. You surrender. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong or you don't want to change it. Just means you're coming to terms with it. And so this terahertz actually delivers, the testimonial group, to get in, private message me and say, I want to be put in the testimonial group. Private message me, okay? So the terahertz, what does it do? It's the golden spiral. It literally reminds your cells of its innate connectivity to the universe through the golden mean. And it's called constructive wave coherence, if you want to get technical. There's a lot of research you'll do as you find out, like, why does this work and how does it work and why is it so special? But to me, it's special because it gives you a place of reprieve. You can get your head above the water. You can say, oh my God, my foot pain is gone. My neck pain is gone. My issue's improving. And there's no medical claims being made, but we have to say that. And actually, it's called a hot air blower, but we all know it's happening. I talk about it in the quantum applications of the frequency wand, earth, air, fire, water, ether. Moxa, the heat and the wind on the water of your body via meridians, you are upgrading, you are getting back online, things are reconnecting, you're regenerating, you're aging in reverse. No medical claims are being made. Just check out the testimonies, guys. You'll see. Now, I myself have been wanding since I got it, and I was like, oh my God, this is the missing link, because people can approach water bending, assisting frequencies, and all of these self-help tools that I give them. But if they're not in a place of okayness to begin that journey, they're not thinking about that. They're thinking about, how can I solve my issue right now? What is their urgent need? And pain is a big one, and lack is a big one as well. So if you're in a place of worry, I want to talk to you about that for a second. But first, I want to say this ion shield is another part of the product line. It's emitting ions. There's a whole pamphlet about it. Private message me, I'll send it to you. It's like walking into a forest or going to the ocean. Literally, negative ions are being emitted from this totally safe device, and you hang it around your neck. And when you put it on, you walk around and you activate this vortex of bliss, and you're like, wow. And by the way, it cleanses the air around you. And it pulses those negative ions out. It's a buffer to toxins. It's like absolutely amazing. So again, it's a 3D answer to a 3D problem. You want to be here, you're here. How do you get there? The frequency wand and ion shield and other devices within this family of products. Now, I want to bridge really quickly into, and then I can open it up for questions and we can end. Again, go to the person who invited you to this presentation if you're like, that sounds interesting. And I'll add you to the testimonial group if you private message me or the person that invited you. And I want to say that once you get your head above water, that's when it's the hierarchy of needs. That's what it is, right? So if you're here and you're down here and you're like, I'm not getting by, I'm in danger, flight, frozen. I'm discontent. I'm in pain. Life's, not working out. You're not like, oh, I'm going to just, meditate about it. Like, that bandwidth is not there yet. So all you light workers, way showers, practitioners, if you're wondering why people aren't snapping out of their old patterns, this is a gateway. This is a 3D solution to a 3D problem so that they can portal open to the 4th, 5th, and 6th. And they will. Once you're feeling better and you're actuating your self-actualization, that then spirals into the apex of limitlessness, right? It's the bottom triangle or the upper triangle. And you got to get through all of these things on your way to that. And so it speeds up the process. And of course, you know, it stabilizes your cells, right? And everything. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. So anyway, enough about that. Message me for that. And here's the last thing I want to share, and then we will open it up for questions, is thank the Lord. And if that triggers you, thank Creator or whoever you pray to, that it is set up as an opportunity for people to support themselves. That's the last thing I want to tell you, is there is limitless income available if you'd like to participate in this revolution. And it's just starting. It's just starting. There's not many people that know about it, and everyone needs it, and it works. It works. It works. So check out the testimonies, buy it yourself. I didn't want to do anything until I did it myself for a while. And then I was like, holy stromboli, this is like the missing link. And now I'm sharing, and those people are sharing, and those people are sharing. And it's supporting me in ways that I'm finding very surprising, because the model is very lucrative for you to develop multiple streams of income where you're really just sharing information that supports people. There's no selling involved. You'll never see me say, do you want to buy a wand from me? No, I tell you about the reason why we're in pain and discomfort and lack. And then I give you portals, and you can go in any portal direction you want to go. Join my programs. Don't join my programs. Buy the Psycho Cybernetics book. Don't buy it. Ground in, don't ground in, eat better, sleep better, connect. And I hope that this information has been helpful for you. I want to say that the income potential for this product is in the sole hands of its tribe. That's the cool part. They've cut out the middleman. They aren't advertising. You can't buy it out there from anyone except for someone who has it themselves and loves it. And so it's very, very exciting indeed. And I hope that you will consider checking out the technology. Do your due diligence. This is the one product that I have seen that has no negative things, right? Because people tell you if like, oh, it's a scam, or oh, that doesn't work. It's just this overwhelming, holy moly, this is a revolution, sort of like a med bed in your hand, right? So it's, yeah, that's that. And where will the replay be? Having trouble hearing. So follow me. So step one, follow me on Facebook. I will be announcing where you can watch this. It's going to be edited and cleaned up. Step two, if you want to be added to the testimonial group for the Frequency Wand, Ion Shield family, and other products. There are a few other products. One of them is called 7 Wonders Water, and it's a unique infusion of choice minerals that come into the water, which is a really good base for my water bending as well. And step three, get with the person who invited you if you're ready to order your wand, and or you want to try it and then refer people, because my presentations are your presentations. I'll say that again. Anyone, whether you buy a wand from me or Susie, doesn't matter. You can use my information to say, oh my gosh, you should check this out. And because I always say, go to the person, not me. Don't order through me unless I just introduce you to this bridge. All right, so we understand we're here. Fear contracts, it confuses, it makes you spiral down into isolation. Connectivity is the key. You can do that in so many ways. Terahertz helps, waterbending helps, breathwork helps, assisting frequencies help. I wrote a book, the Anahata Codes. If you're curious about that, download the anahatacodes.com. And thank you so much for sharing information. Yay. And guys, if you have a wand and you're like, cool, I haven't really experienced the quantum side. Did you know you can wand distantly for others? They don't even have to be with you. You can wand water distantly for others. You can wand grids for improvement in emotional mental fields. And you can rewire and reprogram yourself, your clients, others. Quantum applications of the Frequency Wand. If you're interested, I'll put one more link here. I have a master class series that is a lifetime membership, Unlocking Everything, masteralchemistcourse.com. Awesome. Anyone have anything to vocalize or say before we end? questions? I have been wanding my vitamins into my water. Yes, thank you for bringing that up. I don't know who said that. All I see is to everyone. I'm so sorry. But you literally can wand things into water, right? If you're like, oh, wow, this supplement, wand it, the energy goes into the water through the terahertz. Why? Because it's the short wave into the long wave. It's the golden spiral. It's constructive wave interference. And that's the way DNA, that's the way prana flows. When it's not flowing, it's because it's deconstructive, right? It's not coherent. There's a lot of leading edge science coming out. Dive in. We want numbers. When wanding numbers, do you put them under the glass or over? So guys, I'm also working on some tarot decks that are going to be for water. And you pull one and there's the code and the explanation about what you needed. And there'll be different decks based on different categories, herbs, crystals, totem animals, all of these things that are in the book of codes. This is one of my other books, Anahata codes. And so, yes, tape the code onto the glass and wait for 6 hours. Make sure the words love and gratitude are on there. If you don't have 6 hours, wand it. It's 60 seconds with the wand. Just one of many reasons why I recommend the wand. It really speeds things up. So there we have it. I hope that answers all your questions. Can words be on the cards? Love and gratitude and the code is all that's needed. You can write the word if you'd like. The water's seeing the code based on my channeling and the code itself, what it does. The spaces are important, right? So adhere to the spaces in the code as well. Any questions? I love you all so much. Anyone want to say anything? Oh yeah, I'm wanding my tinctures into my water. Yay. I know. Let's see if there's any more questions. And there's a direct message here. Can I see it? Doesn't say. Sharon, you may want to private message me on Facebook because it's not coming up. It just says direct message if you're trying to talk to me. And oh, that might have gone to just one person here. Master. Whoop. Feel free to unmute if you have anything to say. Okay. So how are you going to connect in, right? Set some goals, guys. Put some things into action. Do something different. And if you need support, join the Rainbow Tribe. We are working through this all together. And we're optimizing our mind, body, souls, aligning with the future us that we see, becoming that person before it happens. We're wanding, we're using water, we're using alchemy, we're using assisting frequencies and all the stuff. Breath work, nutrients. Anyway, guys, I adore each and every one of you. Thank you so much for spending the last 45 minutes with me. If anything comes up, I'm here for you, okay? I'm always here for you. That's the one thing that I really want to stress is I'm not some like person who's doing things that you can't reach out to. We are one, and chances are if you're going through something, I'm going through it, or the collective is, and it's really nice to work things out together and solve, find solutions, and then be the light in other people's lives. As you find things that work, share, right? That we're in this together. We're these neurons, we're firing and wiring these new realities from limitless time potentials in a universe filled with limitlessness. So love and gratitude to all. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for speaking, Stacy. I love you.
Yes.
Anyone
I
else
love you too.
I want to say thank you. I really enjoyed this. It was my first time sitting in on one of your classes.
Okay.
Really looking forward to being part of your tribe going forward. I'm going to look these up.
Awesome. I'm so glad, Kathy. Thank you so much. Larry's here, Phil's here, Michelle's here. Stacy, were you going to say something else, honey? I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, not at all. I just know that it takes me a little while to warm up to actually wanting to say something.
Oh, cool.
I don't know why that's the case, but it always is. But I really love your meditations, your water meditations, and I did one, only one yet. And I noticed things that I didn't that you speak of now that I noticed myself. I mean, whereas the water becomes smoother, it tastes sweeter, interesting things. But
Yeah.
and I would take a sip a little bit every day, and so I have water here, and I don't have the codes. A long time ago, I think you shared them.
Yeah, it's been 8
That I
years.
remember. It was kind of like a printout
Yeah,
of some sort,
spreadsheet.
and that was a long time ago.
It is.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Stacy. I'm going to put in here. They're free, guys. Anahatacodes.com. I'm making an update today. So wait till tomorrow if you want to download them or refresh and do it again. The spreadsheet. That's the other thing. You guys helped me build the codes. I started with crystals 8 years ago and then expanded into trees and herbs and homeopathy and flower essences and colors and all of these things and totem animals. And then, even last week, Larry's like, hey, I need the code for shark. I was like, perfect. And that birthing is so critical. My podcast, A World of Assisting Frequencies, dear soul, who's on here, Phil, was it Phil? No, I don't know. Was it you, Phil, who introduced birth that code?
Thunder God Vine.
Yes.
Yes. So when Anahata says, we're one and you can reach out to her if you need something, I did that on the weekend for a dear friend who has cancer, and you were right there to help me, Anahata. I'm so grateful, so appreciative, and even helped me be more protected during the hurricane. So
Yeah.
pretty
Cool.
happy with it. Yeah.
Good. I'm so happy and so pleased. And that's a rockin' code, guys. That code is so essential. And so Phil reaching out to me spurred that in my memory to say, well, what is this thing? And as I researched, I could feel into what its potential was, channeled it, and now it's available for everyone. So we're doing this work together. Love you guys. Sorry, we went over a little bit. And I don't think the sheet is locked for change. Oh, you think it's locked for changes? You may. Oh yeah. No, you have to download it, so it's not locked for changes. But that's a good idea. I could lock that for people so they don't override it. Thank you, whoever said that. See, I'm learning too. I'm not perfect. That's the last thing I want to say is, guys, if you're scared of something, overcome it. Not when you're ready. As you go, you're never going to be ready. We're never going to be ready. So just, do something different. Have the courage and confidence to go out there when you're not ready. People love authenticity. They love you the way you are. And if they don't, they won't resonate with you. And then it's not your tribe anyway, right? So, okay, good. And we will see each other soon, I hope. Follow me. And join the Rainbow Tribe if you'd like to join anything I'm doing. Go to the Assisting Frequency group. We have our event coming up. All are welcome, and love you all so much. We will chat soon. You are so welcome. Bye for now.